Hello everyone, this is Ali from Surefix, and today we're going to be working on a USB scanning device that is missing its USB connector. So we're going to start off by adding flux to the board. This is because we're going to add new solder to the pads. We're going to add some lower temp solder to this board to get some of the old solder off as we're going to be removing it and putting fresh solder on. Next, we're going to grab our solder braid and gently drag it along the board as we're heating it up with the iron. So you want to be careful to move the braid but not the iron, as the iron is what's melting the solder and then the braid is picking it up. So you want to keep the iron over the solder and move the braid along to remove the solder. Now here's an example of me moving the iron and not the braid, and you can see the braid just gets stuck to the board as the solder starts to solidify again. And now we're just going to add our leaded solder to the board, put some fresh solder on there. And next we're going to be taking our hot air gun and our connector and just loosely guiding it to the board. So you want to take your tweezers or some sort of metal object like that and put some downward pressure on the connector to the board while heating up the solder on the anchor points. And we're just going to touch up the back pins. Now these, you kind of want to get them from the edge of the pin and push the pin so that it presses downwards towards the board and heats up the solder at the same time. And here we're just adding more solder to the anchor points to make sure it's secure and try and help the connector to stay on the board. Lastly, we're just gonna push along the pins to make sure that they are fully soldered to the pads on the board. Alright, and here we have another connector, very similar device, but this time the pins in the back are not detached from the board, just some of the anchor points. The connector is actually just loose, it's not completely broken off, but it's loose enough to be concerned about. So for this one, we're just trying to add more solder to the anchor points to make sure that it's firmly attached to the board. And once we have some solder on the pads, we can put some downward pressure on the connector to the board while heating up the solder joints with our iron. That's going to bring us a firmer connection. That's going to be the end of this little video. Just wanted to show you how soldering can be a satisfying and enjoyable hobby, allowing people to create and repair things with their own hands. So thank you for watching, and as always, don't forget to leave a like.